Hey, so this is the next video I'd like to show you guys with IO. The three things that make it stand out for me over, I can't say over anybody, but the three things I love about IO are the optional fields, the automations, um, filters make IO really powerful. Then you pair that with the texting, the email, pretty much anything else. Like all of it together just works really well. So this thing kind of saves me a little bit of time. If you're like me, I tend to forget a lot of things. Customers ask for a certificate of insurance, and I always forget all the time. So then 2 weeks later, I'm trying to remember to call my agent or email my agent and ask for it. So I set up an automation so I don't have to do that anymore. It just does it for me. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create an email for the certificate of insurance request. I already have one. You're going to click add email, but I'm going to just open the one I already have. This is my account, so I'm not creating anything from scratch. So this is just a manual email. That's all it is. Make sure it's active. Put something in here to help you know what it's for. And then just a real simple subject line. Certificate of insurance. So this is kind of what mine says. This sentence here is no longer needed. I thought I saved that, but anyway, and I'll show you why it's not needed here in a little bit. But I just say, hey, can you send Steve a certificate of insurance? You can use the link to see a copy of their contract. So the contract has all the information, the location, phone numbers, whatever they're going to need. So I just send that instead of using merge fields. If you'd rather not send the contract, you just want to do the merge fields, you can use the merge fields from from the settings. You can just go template variables, and you can use the merge fields that are in here, and then that way there's no contract. You're not sending that out. They can't see the payment information, so there's no real worry about that. Just that it's been paid or not been paid. That's all but they don't really care about that. So you can just copy kind of this, and I also include their email address so they know who to send it to. I may change this around now that I'm thinking about it. I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it for now. I may change it, but anyway. So there's the email. You're gonna save and close it. And the next thing we need to know or do is figure out, we're going to set up an optional field. So I had these preloaded, but they're not really working out for me, so I may have to so you're just going to click add optional field. Again, I already have this set up. I just recently went through and set it up, so I'm just going to use the fields I already did. Send certificate of insurance. That's what I'm going to call mine. You can call it however you want to, but I did it this way. Like I said, if you want to keep it simple and just call it COI, it doesn't really matter unless you're making it customer facing, which that's up to you. Right or wrong, however you want to do it, that's up to you. You're not naming them additionally insured. You're only sending them proof that you have insurance. So I do the question because if I choose to make it customer facing in the future, I can without messing this up. It's always the same. If not, if I have office people, then the office people can answer the question. We're going to use the checkbox form or optional field, and we're going to leave it default unchecked, because if we have it default checked, every time we create a lead, it's going to send a certificate of insurance out or a request, and if there's no contract, then it's not going to work. That said, your email should probably have the merge fields from the template variables, because if you don't have a contract when you send it, you just have a quote, then it'll still send over the information that's needed. Excuse me. I display this in my optional fields area just because that keeps it simple. If you want to make it live, choose your WordPress checkout or quote request. I don't know that it matters. I'm not real positive. But you choose one and you just click add it. So And if you click add, and then say you decide you don't want to have it, you can just click remove and it'll take it off. So that's our optional field, and we're going to save and close it. So then we're going to create the filter. That way, because automations have to use a filter that pulls out, separates everything from what you're filtering. So we're going to create a filter in the leads. We want to do, you can come in here and just type the name of your optional field. I did mine send certificate of insurance, so that's what I typed in. If you typed in something else, you just click in the empty space and type it. You make sure it's checked. That way when it is checked, the filter captures it. If it's not checked, it does not. And you're going to save and close that. So the best part of it all, the automations, this is where it brings all of everything we've done together. So I have mine as certificate of insurance. You're going to create a new one. Just make your screens look like this. If you need any help, you can always message me or whatever. And then we're going to include anything in that filter. We're going to make sure we select the filter that we just created, and you have to click add. If you don't click add, it won't save it. So you want to make sure that you click add, and you see a little trash can next to it. This tells you how many things that are being applied in that filter, and then this is where we tell IO what we want it to do. So my insurance agent, I always just send an email. So you click email. I'm going to go through this on this side, but I already have it saved, so I'm not going to save it that way. We use a template. I'm going to pull that template that I used. It's going to bring it up and let me edit however I need to edit it. So like now would be an okay time if I wanted to change this, and I probably will for what I'm doing with the certificate. I do another one for additionally insured, but I add a fee to it. So that's a pretty neat little deal. And then we're going to say other email, and you're going to just type in your agent's email right in here. Once you put your agent's email in there, you want to decide, do you want it once per lead or once per customer? For this application, I do once per lead. And then you're going to click add. When you click add, you'll get this little trash can next to it, and we'll be pretty close to the same. And that's basically all we're going to need in there. Once you do that, you're going to save and close it, and you're all set up. So what this does is now whenever you go into create a lead, you can fill out all this information here that you want to fill out, and then tell it, go to the optional fields because that's the area we told it to be at. You can put it in any one of these areas. This just makes the most sense to put everything there. Other than it's always hidden. I'd like the option to leave that open so as I'm scrolling it's easier to find, but either way. So now you have your send certificate of insurance. So if you check that and you save the lead, the automation will run. It doesn't run immediately. It may take 15 minutes to the end of the day. I don't know how they have those set up, but simply having that check will send it to them. It'll only run one time, so once it runs, if you unclick it and then click it again, it's going to do it. It won't run it again because it's already ran. If you see here, I have one for named additionally insured. That's if, excuse me, that's if someone is contracted and they want to be named additionally insured, then I can add a fee. This one here, the difference between this and this is the fee. That's the only difference between the two. However you want to charge your fees is up to you. And again, I don't know that I'd make this something that you can put customer facing, but something here where your customer service people can see it and everything is a fantastic option. So I hope that gives you an idea, maybe some other ideas. If you have some ideas for optional fields, let me know. I'm always up for hearing new things. Thanks.